Dari mana tekadku berasal? Salah satunya karena aku seorang ayah. Aku dengar Layla menemanimu saat aku tidak ada di sisinya.
Your team is picking.
Kamu seharusnya malu karena tidak mempercayai dirimu sendiri.
俺一人で十分だ。
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
be a 2-0. But speaking of the people here on the screen, we can see that there's the flavor of Mina's MLPB. And speaking of the flavor of Mina's MLPB, we actually cannot forget that Leo was leading Team Occupy and also Team Falcons to the international stages. So how do you guys feel that this time we don't have Leo leading the Mina region? Do you think Mina is in good hands with Triple Esports?
Let's go, Khuli. Mike, you're with you.
Okay, it doesn't matter if Leo is not here because you know, yes, already Leo transferred all his experience to the other teams. Also, Leo been with the Team Falcons that faced Triple Esports at the final of our MPL, and Triple Esports won already the finals. So if Leo could do something, he could win the MPL. He didn't win our MPL, the one who won was Triple Esports. That's why they deserve to be at the M5, and today I'm sure they will show us a performance which will be amazing and everyone will be happy.
Nice, nice, nice. To wrap this up, I want to take a message from you, Zuzu, to the MENA region. Not just that, can you tell us a little bit, just a fast answer here, about how did the MENA advance, or how did the MENA go in 1 year period of time?
Okay, guys, in last year, our region has been growing more and more. And organization have begun to support our player more and more.
Nice.
And our player have begun to take the esports in Mobile Legends seriously. And I think season and after season, everything will get better and better, I'm sure.
Nice. Thank you, Zuzu. Thank you for all the MENA region casters. It has been a pleasure, and see you guys soon in the MENA region. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know what? My only real disappointment is I never got to talk to them. It would have been nice if you introduced me and Wolf, right? I wanted to ask him, is it okay to call them Ariasta as well?
Yeah, it is.
All right, that's the only thing, man. I got a couple of questions, but we only had so much time.
Yeah, and I'm happy that they are very confident about their team. And okay, so it sounds it sounds very confident when they say that this is like the easiest matchup there will be. I think, but we might have just been lost to translation. I think the real translation is like it is the team that they can actually defeat and show up.
Low pressure.
No pressure at all, because they don't have anything to lose anymore.
Well, speaking of the game, to officiate,
here we are, the grand finals of the Pokemon Unite World Championships live in Yokohama, Japan. Luminosity, Omo, Abyssinian, and one of them will be crowned our champion.
Luminosity Gaming versus OMO Abyssinian.
I can't believe we're finally here, and the one thing that even Spriggles couldn't predict is who's going to come out on top. It looks like it's going to be the Hoopa Band on the side of Luminosity. Once again, looks like maybe Jarapson's getting a little bit target fan there, but on the other side, the Lapras.
This is the second time these two teams have played against each other, so a bit of knowledge going into this specific team fight. Hoopa banned away, Lapras banned away, so Rin not going to have access to that super powered defender Pokemon.
Oh, and that has been so successful already, but we've also seen some other options from Ren, many throughout the day. Looks like we're, of course, going to be starting with that Umbreon, a great meta pick, and a highly, highly valued over the weekend defender, the Trevenant.
I mean, this is so cool because I think Luminosity Gaming and OMO Abyssinian's path to the Grand Finals have been very similar in terms of draft. Picking some comfort picks, even though they're strong, but kind of avoiding some of these more meta picks sometimes and relying on those comfort spots. And both teams making it look amazing. Tempest with the Trevenant, Overlord on that Zoroark.
Oh, going back to the comfort pick, you love to see it. One of my big questions is what Schwa going to be picking up eventually. Will it be the Glaceon once again? And yeah, we're just going to a lot of comfort picks that all these teams have been going for. Nothing's really been stopped from them getting it. And one of those picks that I mentioned earlier that Rin's been great on is that Zacian.
Oh my word, with that Kombe pocket as well. Now, one thing that OMO Abyssinian had last time time they ran this competition was the Eldegoss. This time choosing that Clefable instead. Hopefully some big gravities will help slow down the Overlord onslaught, but I don't know if anything is going to be stopping that player in this position right now. And great call out, Wonder Chef. It is the Glaceon from Shua.
And I do have to mention, Omo Abyssinian has fought now, I believe, 4 wins of their last 4 wins against Zacian with some other diving partner.
Let's do this thing. Luminosity, your purple team. Omo Abyssinian, your orange team of the first game of our grand finals of the Pokemon Unite World Championships. Hundreds of teams from around the world competing, and it all comes down to this. North America versus Asia Pacific East. Luminosity, the former champions, looking to regain their crown. Omo Abyssinian, the upstart team from APAC East, the one that everyone believed could take down the champs, and somehow here they are.
They're just buying time for Overlord to get through this central area. Yeah, that's who they're going to leverage, of course, per usual, LG, to try and get into the face of this other team. Luis, though, leveling up very quickly, hit their level 4 on time. Glaceon as well. So now they're going to be able to bully this lane a little bit, but here comes the Zoroark cheating down. Rin staying up there by themselves per usual. We'll see where this engagement goes, and Overlord immediately tries to dive on Luis and dips right back out.
Overlord just extremely aggressive in situations like this. Here comes the mean look, a perfect setup for Overlord, and they pick up the big K opener right here in our first game.
That Phantom log split immediately. Overlord is hungry and wants another Pikachu trophy to set right next to the first one. Of course, Rin up here, Elo in their pocket. They're going to be able to put tons of pressure, especially on this path where the War Turtle stands and the Clefable is as well. Tons of pressure being put on, but Clefable evolving means it has Moonlight, and they're okay for a moment.
Clefable and War Turtle evolving right there was actually huge for Omo Abyssinian. Also, we just did not have enough Eos energy on the side of that Sashi for it to move in and make a big fight happen. You can see multiple members of Abyssinian actually hanging out in their own central area just so that they can make sure that Overlord doesn't come in to try to pick up a big KO. And here they go, diving forward, trying to take out a KO on War Turtle here and score on this goal zone.
Well, they're putting tons of pressure on Overlord with Rin, of course, and the Comfy just hanging out, trying to get from one player to the other to see if they can make any magic happen. Not quite in the cards this time.
Omo Abyssinian doing a great job of pushing Luminosity back. Luminosity loves to just overstep those boundaries, make their way into that central area, but you can see Omo Abyssinian doing a great job picking up a big KO on Slash.
K opener to Omo Abyssinian in this one. They get a good one on Slash, as you mentioned. That's a good start for them. That's a confidence builder. You were talking about momentum. You want to keep that going in the positive direction. They've certainly done that now on the scoreboard and getting the first KO.
Here we go. Overlord sitting in this top path, now running back down towards this central area, looking to see if there's any experience they can take away. All the fighting, both of these teams just kind of left these Altaria and Swablu alone. They're able to clean this up, make their way back up to this top path, and see if they can get level 9 before this first big objective, the top and bottom Reggie spawn on the map here in 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds, but look at Zoroark getting more points in, of course, and Miba just trying to hold it down, but they know if they get too far in front of Overlord with Elo right there, they're going to go down, so they stay at a safe distance. Slash is sussing out this basement Reggie, and they're seeing where they can go. Tempest checking the bushes with that wood hammer, leaving Slash down all here by their lonesome. Finally, Rin shows up, but are they going to engage, or are they going to look for the other team? That's enough to force them off the Regirock, and now all of a sudden, Rin has positional advantage.
And it looks like, I mean, Luminosity's just in a great position to take this right here. It was almost like Omo Abyssinian didn't want this fight at all. They maybe were afraid of Luminosity right there, but they do pick up a big KO, sending it the other way after a really, really nice secure by Luminosity, almost uncontested.
Yeah, and that means that they've kept up with the level race here. Now Overlord's taking out, they use their Unite move. They're going to go down to Luis. Are you kidding me? Tons of pressure. Omo Obsidian's feeling it. Kyrios gets one back the other way on Luis. Comfy Unite comes out, but that doesn't matter. Kyrios goes down. Now Elo has to defend this goal zone. Finally, Slash shows up so they can hop on for a ride. But there's still 3 players there. Is the Tempest going to peel out and get out of there? That's the question. Yes, they decide to play it safe, and Omo Obsidian's looking good.
Beautiful, beautiful play there from Omo Obsidian. You know, they gave up that objective pretty hard, but then they moved back in and pick up this massive KO on Zoroark. And then almost every other member of Luminosity starts to fall afterwards. Reggie Alecki up here in the top half, already at half, being ripped apart by Luminosity. Here comes the big secure attempt, and they are able to take that down.
Nice KO by Overlord on Luis there to let that thing run in. If it hits, they have a good chance for an overcap. Nice pressure by Overlord on Miva, so they can't keep them from that happening. And now they're going to get a big overdunk if they can get the right player in the position.
Yeah, they're looking for some more AOS energy right here, but they don't want to break this goal without it. Otherwise, they'd rather keep it up, keep more experience between these 2 goal zones rather than giving a lot of it over to Omo Obsidian right here. They're just looking for some points, but they're eating some Unite moves as Omo Obsidian picks up another big double KO.
It takes 3 players on Omo Obsidian to use their Unite moves, but they cashed them in on the right player. Overlord goes down, and now this goal zone is going to go down. Tons of points rain in, 185 to 111. Omo Obsidian now has the level lead as well.
They have the level lead, they have the point lead, and as you talked about, they have the momentum moving into this match. It looks like Luminosity needs to get their heads back in this game. Feels like they're not giving any respect over to Omo Obsidian, and they're counterpunching extremely well every time LG moves in.
Without a doubt, nice little score there by Slash. Miva not interested in doing too much. Kyrios gets poached to the side of Omo Obsidian. The Glaceon shows up just in time for that KO. Kyrios goes down. Now Rin is caught without a partner, and there's 3 players that are going to pivot. Look at Tempest's positioning. They're going to look to space out Overlord. Nice wood hammer to push them and bubble them out. Jumping on top of Luis is Overlord, though. That's the engagement they want. Kofi Unite comes out as well. They're going to keep pushing. Do they get the follow-up? No, nobody goes down there. They roll block and push them against the wall, which means Rin can seal that objective, but now they're trying to get KOs back. The Glaceon's already down, but so is Overlord.
Once again, amazing objective secure here from Luminosity, but these fights are going the way of Omo Obsidian in a big way. That Leafeon picking up massive KOs and Zoroark getting shut down. This is the only team that has been able to shut down Luminosity Zoroark all day.
Without a doubt, and it started in a weird position where Tempest was able to poach Kyrios to their side of the map just in time for Shua to come in with the Glaceon and get that KO, but now Rin picks up the Comfy and they're putting the pressure on, but here's Shua and Luis to receive them as they come across. Miva looking for the engagement. Glaceon used their Unite move as well. Nice little blade comes out. Hydro Typhoon chips it up, and poor Elo is left out to the wolves. Here comes Overlord trying to go for the save. Is there anybody can hitch a ride? Kyrios has to dodge out. Glaceon runs back. Luis is charging up a Solar Blade. That doesn't hit its mark, and all of a sudden, we just had a big skirmish that kind of fizzled out. Just kidding. Overlord said, what about that fizzle out? I'm here.
Omo Obsidian is destroying at the top of this game. They are winning all these fights off of Luminosity. Scoreline very, very close. Level lead, however, is heavily favored to Omo Obsidian. 1 minute left until the first Rayquaza of our grand finals. And right now, this is Omo Obsidian's game to lose.
It really is. However, Luminosity is not playing the way we've watched them play all day today. I don't know if it's a strategy switch or a mentality switch, but they need to revert back to where they were. They need to flip that switch, get back to where they were, Spraggles, because this is not the same squad.
That's a good point. If there's a switch, I would recommend that they start flipping it right now because they're in a lot of trouble here against Obsidian. Moving on in, Overlord just not able to make any of their combos work. Obviously, Gravity from Clefable, a huge counter, and he says, counter this, picking up a big KO in this central area. 25 seconds now until Rayquaza, and obviously so much matters here. This fight is so incredibly important as Slash is in a lot of trouble, and it looks like they just lost their focus span before this fight.
That's a key prize for Omo Obsidian. We're going to square up here. We got a Rayquaza in our final stretch in 5 seconds, Spraggles, and this thing is not an insurmountable lead.
No, it's very, very close between these two teams. Someone can peel off and score, but more importantly, they are going to look to win this fight. Luminosity just seems like they can't get their fights together this game, and every time they move in, Obsidian has an answer for them. Well, we'll see if that continues to be the case as they start poaching Slash, pushing them towards their team, but no one wants to take this fight just yet, as everyone is very okay with backing off in this moment. Abyssinian is ahead on the scoreboard right now, so they are waiting for Luminosity to throw that first punch so that they can do something about it. We see that it looks like Overlord is heading down to this tier 1 goal zone, looking for a score. It looks like they are going to get that, and that is going to put Luminosity ahead right now. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Rayquaza is being hit right here, but no one is starting this fight, as here comes Overlord. No, stopping because of the gravity, and it looks like Trevenant's in trouble.
Tempest is getting low. The chase is on. Slash wants a Glaceon Unite comes out. There's Overlord trying to cut them off. They're kind of caught in the middle. Trevenant Unite back the other way. Woodhammer doesn't land true. So Overlord darts back into the middle. Nobody goes down just yet, but it is a close battle indeed. Thanks. As we're moving through, the gravity is down. Slash can't pursue. Overlord's kind of caught on the backside, but they keep the pressure on. Oh, Shu is so low. Are they going to be able to get that KO? No, but they are going to get some points in. 265 though. The back cap was huge. Homo Obsidian still in the lead by 8 points. We have 40 seconds left in this one, and now they're trying to collapse on top of Overlord. Big Solar Blade does not find his mark. Overlord's getting low. Can they gravity them down? They dart back in. That's a big KO, Shua. Now Slash is scoring back, but look at the rest of Homo Abyssinian. They're trying to hold them down. Can they get their points? And they're down by 20, and they have no clue.
24 seconds left. Here comes a massive liquidation trying to take down this Glaceon. Rayquaza is already going very, very close to being KO'd right here. Who's going to be able to get the scare? Blastoise Unite move, but it's way, way, way too early as they spin in. And Inteleon gets it with a basic attack. Unbelievable!
Curios, who was putting the int in Inteleon earlier in this game, clutches it out for LG to really solidify that Game 1 win. And Homo Obsidian let it slip through their fingers. That's not a way to dethrone the world champs.
I cannot believe that Curios secured that entire fight with the B button. Unbelievable. A single basic attack onto that Rayquaza, perfectly timed.
Yeah, let's see if LG can kind of counter that early game dominance that OMO Abyssinian was able to find, or if OMO can carry that on and find a way to clutch up in those final moments. I mean, if I've learned anything from this weekend, it is that 8-Pack East is capable of just that.
That's true. Another big stat is that OMO Abyssinian. I can't say it. I'm so excited for them. They've won from behind the past like 3 or 4 of their sets, which is just ridiculous. So maybe this is their plan all along, take the first loss.
Yeah, this is the game plan. Take that, LG. We already have OMO with their advantage state, banning away Overlord Zoroark. So do we see that Venusaur that has been the popular choice when Overlord can't grab it, or maybe the Dodrio? Either way, no surprises for that Hoopa selection from J Rapsid. They're going to grab that one immediately. Curios grabs that Inteleon, and wow, I mean, that Pokemon currently no Hollow-Air equipped, but I think we should put a cape on it for that hero moment in game number 1.
I think that's fair. But yeah, I mean, honestly, LG just doing such a good job of taking advantage of the new Pokemon in the meta. You can see those first 2 picks going to Slash and Curios the majority of the games that we've seen them over the weekend for very, very good reason, that they have been able to make just the most amazing plays. But as expected, we're not actually seeing too much of a challenge on the other side. We've seen a lot of comfort picks coming out from Homo Abyssinian, and the Trevenant is going to be one that I feel like is really going to be their option every single game.
Yeah, most likely. I don't see any reason for them to go away from it. And here we go. We're going to be locking in the Blastoise. So not having their opportunity for the Lapras, since their team banned it, they are instead going to move towards it. And knowing that Viva has liked to play it, especially in that last game, they are going to select it for that huge Unite move. Bliss Assistance plus Hydro Typhoon. That is so much shielding for the side of Luminosity Gaming in these final moments.
Yeah, and another thing is that we could see Rin have picked the Zacian, but we've known that Homo Abyssinian hasn't picked Zacian, I believe, the entire tournament, or at least if they did, it was like maybe once or twice that I didn't see it. And Overlord, like you called, will be taking that Venusaur. So again, I love that pick from Rin, being able to deny a Pokemon while knowing that their opponent's not going to choose another one in that role that you could choose.
And knowing Overlord's item build right now that we can see, it will be that Solar Beam Venusaur, and you're going to have to. When you're going up against Leafeon and Glaceon, I mean, Glaceon dealing so much damage from range, you need somebody to match up with that, and the Solar Beam is going to be there. Energy Amplifier as well for some huge Verdant Anger moments, but Luminosity Gaming with a very late game scaling composition.
Olmo Abyssinian, their backs against the wall with 2 straight wins.
That's right. If they get another win right here, they're 1 win away from being your world champions. Olmo Abyssinian, your purple team. Luminosity, your orange team here in game number 2. We can see Overlord heading into the central area here for Luminosity, and we can see those evolutions splitting that central area for Olmo Abyssinian. It looks like they didn't even need to take it. They're already a Leafeon in the bottom path, as we have a little bit of an invasion happening in this central area. We're going to see if Hoopa can steal away this blue buff right here, and they are not able to do it with help from Curios.
Yeah, Curios step up. Watergun, one of the best secures in the game, forcing Overlord to actually eject through the wall. Drabson doing a great job putting the pressure on, buying time for the team. As we look over here, because of that, LG still had, at that point in time, an Eevee.
Yeah, here we go. We have Elo evolving over. And once again, Overlord being bullied here in the central area. This must be a very different experience for Overlord right now. This is normally what he's all about.
Yeah, Elo's support, Umbreon, nothing to scoff at here as they're getting in the pocket of Overlord with that experience share. Going to see what kind of magic they can make happen. And the quick little pop shot, Astonish doesn't get it done. It is sealed up by Overlord, the person you'd like to have that thing going into the top path as they are fighting to level these 2 Kanto starters up.
And look how much time they have wasted for the side here of Luminosity. Just incredible stuff from Abyssinian here. This Hoopa play has been absolutely brutal, and they've slowed down this freight train that is Overlord.
However, because Curios went and helped and got the last hit on one of the central farm, they are the biggest thing on the map, hitting level 6. So they're going to be leading the pace for this LG team, and they're going to need that if they're going to get Rin and Overlord online.
Yeah, you can see Rin just backing up right here, needing to get a lot of that experience. We see that water spout, so we know this is going to be that rapid spinning Blastoise if they can get enough XP. Obviously, we talked about this before. All the early scaling Pokemon on the side of Abyssinian moving on in with a big Solar Blade looking for the KO, and they pick one up.
They pick one up, and Curious going down there is just bad news. I just said they were the biggest thing on Luminosity, and all that experience just went into the hands of Olmo Abyssinian. That's a great pick for them as Elo is peeling back, just seeing if they need to babysit Overlord through that central area, as Olmo Abyssinian is just sticking to their game plan, getting all their wild Pokemon on their side of the map.
Yeah, we talked about this. I mean, a ton of early scaling Pokemon on the side of Olmo Abyssinian. The latest evolution is level 5 for a Trevenant. However, you have multi-evolution Pokemon on the side of Luminosity, and it's going to be a little trickier for them to get the experience that they need to get online and be as impactful, as we do have that level 7 Ivysaur, so we have the Solar Beam in the top path.
Olmo Abyssinian moving around this map very, very well. Already have the positional advantage here for this basement. Reggie, Tempest taking their spot up front, looking to just Horn Leech the opponent away. Not too worried about the Blissey, forcing out the Shedinja doll though, but Curios is here shelling in damage. That's the person they want to space out. They're going to try and reset Tempest, but they can't quite make it back. Sealed up by Luis on the Leafeon, and they've been doing that all day long.
Olmo Abyssinian playing so well at the start of this match, and of course you would expect it given all of these early game Pokemon. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, you can see Rin, the Wartortle, staying in the top path. You can see Overlord, the Ivysaur, staying in that central area. They need this experience right here, and they recognize that they are behind. They're not going to be able to compete for these objectives the way they would like to. They need to get their levels right now, as Olmo Abyssinian is continuing to put the pressure onto Luminosity.
This is their first opportunity to really do some damage, and the LG game is all about damage control in this moment. Can they make something happen? No. Overlord is ticked over to Venusaur, and they take out their grass-type counterpart as the beams are starting to fly, and now they're able to deal with this Regieleki very quickly. Overlord hitting level 9 just in time.
Just in time for this fight, and we can see Wartortle now looking for experience all over this map. They absolutely need their level 9 as well. And now that we have this Venusaur, we're going to have to see what Luminosity can do now that they are finally scaling. Scaled up. A nice big 30 points does not go in because of a beautiful icy wind, but they eat a solar beam right back the other way and they pick up a KO.
Cover them in water and then burn that stuff off with some sunlight. They got it done. Curios goes down quickly to the slow bro, but they're already down on HP to begin with. They're still shooting in more solar beams. The Shedinjadal comes up and they're poached to the side of Omo Abyssinian. This is the KO they have to cash in on, and they do.
Unfortunately, sometimes with that Shedinjadal, you're just delaying the inevitable. You're waiting around for everyone to go, okay, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to pick up another few KOs on the side of Luminosity.
I mean, Lord of the Sword today might be Luis. That Solar Blade is just looking amazing, forged in the heat of the sun.
Curios right here in a little bit of trouble, barely makes it out from that Solar Blade. Nice big eject button to pick up a KO. Glaceon Unite back the other way, in trouble, but actually nicely defended there by Elo and Slash.
I cannot believe Omo Abyssinian let Curios off the hook after the eject button KO Shrika 2. They were so low. They just wasn't enough follow-up or no trust in the follow-up there on Omo Abyssinian, and really Curios getting out with absolute criminal behavior.
We have a slow beam here in the top path, and they are pushing this advantage. Beautiful score right here. 35 into a 40 and a 40. Nice big overcap, putting them up 125 to 52. Unite move comes out from the Venusaur right here, but they are in some trouble as Rin unites back the other way.
Coverage by the Hydro Typhoon is huge. They take out the Trevenant. The Rapid Spin Water Spout is trying to find the Rings Unbound Hoopa. They just devolve down back to their tiny baby form, and now they have to scramble back. Look at all the damage that's just sitting on Omo Abyssinian. They can't really fight too well up front, and honestly, Luminosity is more concerned about the wild Pokemon. They want to keep leveling up, keep pushing this advantage. Finally, the focus is on Regice, but that Solar Beam catches 3.
That's Solar Beam.
So good.
So massive.
Man, Tempest played too far forward. Elo trying to get them back onto the side and get that KO, but ultimately LG just peels back and says, let's hold tight until Curious shows up.
You can see Omo Abyssinian just poking at this Regice right here, looking for an in on this fight. Massive stun right there from Slash as they run back towards this Regice. It's very, very low. Secured by the Blissey.
Listen, Slash is an absolute legend on this Blissey, and securing objectives with an Egg Bomb or a basic attack or whatever tool they've got available to them is no new news. They are world champions, and that's a Pokemon that they used to ride that wave to the top last year.
And take a look at this play here from Omo Abyssinian. Nice.
Aku dengar Layla menemanimu saat aku tidak ada di sisinya. Terima kasih telah menjaganya.
is banning.
Saatnya memainkan irama dari kilatan cahaya.
Your team is banning.
Aku di penjara.
Bagiku, kesenangan adalah segalanya. Aku terlahir dengan
Your team
bakat.
is picking. Your team is picking.
Hidup adalah untuk menipu sang maut.
Aku, Minotaur, akan mengakhiri masalah yang belum terselesaikan.
Sepak bola dan permainan, dua hal
Your
kesukaanku.
team is picking.
Bertarung untuk memperoleh jawabannya.
Hanya cahaya yang bisa menghilangkan kegelapan. Waktunya pergi ke Erudisio untuk bersenang-senang.
Keputusanku tidak bisa diganggu-gugat.
Aku tidak pernah berhenti berjalan.
Your team is picking.
Kamu tahu betapa bernilainya aku?
Your team
Seharusnya
is
kamu
picking.
tahu